Okay, hope everybody is doing well today. It is snowy day here in Utah in March. End of March, snowy day. So I've got my candle going here, a little cup of coffee going on. So I wanted to tackle this particular question because I think there is a very good answer to this. The gentleman says a loving God would never torment a person in hell who lived a life based on the essentials and universal truth. He has no way to believe that Jesus is God, thinking is no limitation with man. So I would say this. There are differing views among Christians on this topic. Now, so you have what's called exclusivism, which means, or inclusivism, which is the idea that basically people who maybe live in countries who have never heard of Jesus, but they live to the best of their ability or to the light that they have been given, will still go to heaven. But they are still going to heaven through the work of Jesus on the cross. They're not getting in through on their good works or another way, but it is through Jesus, even if they're not aware of that. So, yeah, some would say that. That's an option. It's not one I believe. I'm not convinced of that. The other option is this view assumes, like your view right here, assumes that you care more about people than God. And I just don't think that's true. If you remember the Ethiopian eunuch, right? He's sitting there in Acts. He's reading scripture and he wants to get baptized. And he's like, and I don't understand the scripture. How am I supposed to understand it unless someone explain it to me? And next thing you know, Philip is caught up and Philip is right with him. Philip explains the scripture and then he baptizes him. If God can create the universe, can God reach people anywhere in the world and communicate the gospel? Yes, he can. I absolutely believe he can. And in my view, as a Lutheran, I hold to monergism. Right? And so, Scripture talks about election. Those whom he foreknew, he predestined, and he elect. So, I would say that a couple things. First of all, everyone has the light of creation. We're told in Romans chapter 1, verses 18 through 25. Second, we're told everybody has the light of Christ. Third, the scriptures say, knock and the door will be open, seek and you will find. He's not far from any of us. That's why I'm not a deist. I don't believe God is far away and untouchable. I believe he's immanent. I believe he's transcendent. I believe he is in creation. Not in creation like a pantheist, in creation, but in creation as far as working, does miracles, answers prayers, those kind of things. So, yeah, I would say first option is inclusivism. That is the idea that people who've never heard of Jesus can still go to heaven based on, their ability to live. To the best of their ability, to the light that they've been given. That is a position that Christians hold. Again, that would still be that they go to heaven through Jesus, not through another way. It's not a view I hold. Secondly, the second position, I would say that if God can create the universe and everybody in it, he can get the gospel to people that he's created. And then this question, I think, also just assumes that we care about God more than, or we care more about our fellow human beings than God cares about us, and I just don't believe that. And then third, we have the light of creation, Romans 1:18 through 25. We have the light of Christ. We're told in Hebrews, draw near to God, he'll draw near to you, etc. So, at the end of the day, it'll be like Romans 1:18 through 25 says. Everyone will be without excuse. The whole every mouth is stopped, and it says, and the whole world is guilty before God. No one's going to get up to heaven. No one's going to die and stand before Jesus and say, well, I just didn't have enough information. That's never been it. I love you, my brother, but that's never been it. It is an issue of men love darkness rather than light. John chapter 3, right? 19 and 20. It is not an issue. You have this idea, I think, that man is innately good, and that man is innately, they want to go to heaven, they want to do the right things, they want to follow Jesus, but, there's just, there's a barrier there, geographical barrier, so they can't. That's just not the case. It is why I am a Lutheran, because the scriptures, and when I say Lutheran, I mean Missouri Synod, not the liberal, non-confessional Lutherans. But that's why I'm a liberal, or Lutheran, is because believe what the scripture teaches when it talks about the depravity of man. Men do not seek after the things of God. Men hate the things of God. Men love darkness rather than light. Jesus said that. The same Jesus that you point to on the Beatitudes also says men love darkness rather than light. Again, this is referring to men in their natural state. Men before God regenerates and saves them. So anyway, those are a few of my ideas. Always appreciate your thoughts, my friend. Hope you are doing well. God bless.